Um, Perfect. Okay. So, before I go ahead and hand it over to our speaker for today, I'm going to go over a few like ground rules, just so that we can ensure that this is a great experience for everyone. So during the talk today, please stay muted when you're not speaking. It just helps us kind of make sure that everyone can hear the speaker. Please also use the chat respectfully and only for Q&A or for respectful comments. Also, feel free to turn on your camera, but please make sure your setting is appropriate. Okay, and then again, this protothon and this talk is in collaboration with Design Buddies and Dubs Tech. So let's go ahead and meet today's speaker. I'm going to hand it over to Saeed, and you can go ahead and start sharing your screen.
Thank you so much. Okay, I will start to share my screen. Please let me know once you are able to see it.
Mhm.
Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay, awesome. So thank you everyone for all about designing UI concept using AI and no design tool at all. And yeah, let me just first introduce myself. My name is Said. I'm based in Egypt, Cairo, where the pyramids, the Sphinx, and the Grand Egyptian Museum. And I have an experience working across different kind of companies and type of business, starting from a software house, moving to an agency, with corporate and with in-house product or products. Startups and enterprise companies scale. And I have like 10 years of experience now dedicated to do product design and UI UX design. And we are living in a new different era, sorry, where AI is now shifting everything. And it is actually exciting and it's great to see how things can evolve and how you can build things that in the past you were not able to build. So this is a quick intro about my experience, my background. What we are going to do today during this workshop, there's no much slides. It will be like hands-on practice. I will walk you through my workflow and all the process I go through from the start, from the beginning till the end. And here is the structure I have for you. So, well, first we need to know what do we need in order to start to draft UI design concepts with AI, which include the project setup, the AI tool, and the supportive add-ons. The next thing, the design workflow, we will not be using any design tool. We will not touch any uh, design tool at all, which is interesting. And we will do some UI inspiration. We will explore design.md, what is design.md, and how can we start with one or build our own. And of course, since this is a sorry, since this is an AI, so there will be like a lot of errors, maybe a lot of iterations, a lot of redoing stuff and iterating on the output that we get from the AI because we want things to be like crafted in a decent way. And the third point, which is how actually we can turn this concept and shape into like a presentable concept to maybe your teammate, your client, um, or maybe your stakeholder. So we are just gonna use a basic front end stack, which is HTML, CSS, GS, and we will not do any code at all. I'm just preferencing the stack because we are not building the actual app. We are just designing the user interface, and it's going to be like a mobile app. So we are not going to use any front-end frameworks or any advancing at all. And at the end, there will be time for question. So this is all I have for today. So before we start, I was wondering, do you guys I would like to hear your thoughts about that before we begin. What do you think is the challenges it might face us, or what are the blocks that maybe block us from getting the concept we want if we are not using any design tool at all? I was hoping to see some answers. So, if you want to open the mic and talk, feel free. So, yeah,
I think Anon has
yeah,
their hand raised. Hmm.
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
I just want to say like I really like start using some AI tools for designing for like creating and stuff. And honestly like during my job, like I would say like I'm using this like every day. But yeah, I would say like the challenges that I do expect that we're gonna have, basically the challenges like that I'm having every day, which is I mean, like when I start designing something, like I always, as you said, like it has like something like not does not make any sense or things like it's not relevant to what we're doing. That leads us to iterate a lot or just to have so much iterations. And honestly, like the biggest challenge I'm seeing, like whenever I'm iterating with a design with whatever, it fixes like the issues, yes, but it also creates like new issues. I would say like this is the biggest thing I'm facing. This is the biggest challenge I would say that we're gonna have today. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah. Also, I see in the chat, I do agree with you, Adnan, actually. Yeah, which actually bring us to the very first thing we need to discuss first. It's the project setup. What AI tool and what supportive add-ons we can use in order to reduce this mess in the design output from the AI. But I see also some interesting comments here in the chat. Design consistency. Uh, okay. Yeah, that's also one thing, which also we need to cover in something like design.md. So yeah, absolutely. Design consistency is a big deal. So I will first walk you through what I have built already. So you can have an idea about what I already built in a UI concept here. I used Codex from OpenAI with ChatGPT to design this concept, and it's really good. In terms of the time I spent developing the concept and iterating on it, and the things I have in mind in terms of the layout and the design, I think it's decent, and it's like really close to what I had in mind. But first I would like to show you, yeah, this one here. So, okay, just give me, yeah, where is this screen? Here. Yeah, so this is the like the final output I had. I had a design that is somehow is consistent. I have like cards here. I have like a navigation and it's working. Yeah, this screens, I did not develop the screens, it's empty. But as you can see, I have a navigation, I have a welcoming header here. I have a cards. I can actually see the breakdown if I click here. It's in the bottom sheet. Yeah, it's not pixel perfect, And if I spent like few edits or iterations, I can make it like pixel perfect and design it in a different layout or in a different way. But I think it's like something that yes, we can start with, and with no design tool at all. And one thing you can see here, the break in the consistency, in when you can, as you can see, the roundness for the button, it's not consistent, which is a mistake that I should pay attention to. So yeah, so can I rely like 100% on AI to develop the concept and without doing a review or check the quality? The answer is no. Is it happened like magic, like you tell the AI to design a fabulous or a visually appealing user interface and it will do that from the first time, or as you typically described? The answer is no. So it's not easy, but it's possible. This is what I want to say. So in order to get actually this version here, which is not like big deal or like very uh appealing, but I think it's all right. I had to go through a couple of iterations here. Let's see. The the very version one, it was just setting up the project, setting the home. I go to version 3 where they I draft this data here based on the inputs I have entered, which is not like, doesn't look like a good UI. Also, it didn't follow the structure I described as in the final version. And if you and I have updated. I went through a couple of iteration here, keep updating, getting results that I'm not happy with, till this version was, yeah, close enough. I had to add some add-ons. I tried some styles here and I was not happy with it. But I get finally to the most decent one that I think it's as I have in mind and it's in line with the direction, I would proceed with the next screens across all the screens and continue all the flows. So this was like the process I had to go through. So to end up with something like this. And we are today we are gonna do the same. So I will start walk you through everything I had. And let's go back to, yes, here. Where are the slides? Yeah, the first thing we have here, which is the project setup, the AI tool, and the supported add-ons. What I mean by the project setup, you cannot randomly ask the AI to draft you a UI concept with no context. I had to do the typical process work. I had to define the scope, what app I want to build, what are the requirements, and to be specific for designing the concept of the home screen, I structure everything in the home screen. I mention the sections I want in the home screen. I drafted all the information architecture for this page or this screen. What call to actions, what are the interactions that the user can interact with using while he is on the screen, and also how the navigation work and the style of the navigation and everything. So I had everything ready and just waiting for the implementation. And I have it here. Let me show you. So I have this couple of projects here I prepared already before I start. So this app called Mova, so it's a personal fitness tracker for busy professionals. I had to design like two screens, the home dashboard and the workout details. These are the two screens I would like to design. And here's the prompt I have to tell the AI to do. Just to give the tool a context about what I want to build, and is the screen in details, the home screen. So I mentioned the layout and components. I mentioned that, hey, I want a greeting header at the top, blah, blah, blah. And also I mentioned all the details I want to show on the screen and how it should lay out. And I give some instruction here. So I had this ready before I even open any AI tool. So I have this ready and I just want to implement, but I cannot actually implement without a direction, a visual direction. I need to have like a vision how this should look like, what the layout would look like, which lead us to the second thing we need to know. It's the inspiration. So I quickly visited an inspiration website, like give me a second, I think Dribble, yeah. So in Dribble I write down like fitness app, for example. So and I already know how the section structure in the design that I want, and I opened this design here. I think this was the one I got inspired from. I see there is a card, there is a chart, and there's a percentage in the chart, and a title, and icons, and a button here. So that gave me like a clear idea about how this screen should look like. With that in mind, I know how the screen should look like now. So I start to build the app. So, but one thing before we start to build anything, we need to have like the design foundation. What are the styles, like the colors, the typography, or the typeface we're going to use, the components, and like the buttons, how the button style look like, and so on. So before I also do anything in the design here, I need to say, and this is not an easy thing to do, but fortunately, there is a solution for that, and it's a very easy one, and I'm excited to share with you, which is the ready-made design.md files from a very famous like companies and products. But let's see how I actually went through that. So here the first message at all, but before the first message, of course, I need to create a folder on my desktop. So I created, let me open the folder. So I want to start from the scratch. Don't want to miss any point. So any location or any partition in your on your desktop or your app, um, let me see. Uh, you know what? Let's create one here. I just want to, yes, to be able to see that. Yeah. Uh, mm, mm, mm. Give me a second. I think I forget where is the location, but this is easy one. I can find it easy. Just a second. Here. Yeah, this is the path I want to. So um side project where, yeah, this one and this one. Yeah. So I created this UI concept design folder here. And I have this folder already here. So I went to Codex here and I created a new folder. So, sorry, new project. And I use an existing folder, which is the folder I just show you. So this is an empty folder. So this is where all the work and all the files and all the designs we will create will live. So I created this folder. And I give this prompt. We are designing a mobile user interface, only HTML, CSS, and GS. You need to frame this. You need to tell the AI what's tech. Because if you did not, it will that you are building an actual app which will consume a lot of tokens and will take much time and much thinking because it will be building logic and backend. And this is not the case. We are just designing the user interface. So in order to design the user interface, we are only using the markup languages like HTML and CSS and GS. And we are not using any frameworks. So I need to make this clear. And I asked the AI to structure the folder, create the files, and let me know when everything is ready. So the AI colleagues did everything for me, created the index, the assets, and all the files that we're gonna use, like the CSS for the styles, the GS for um, the JavaScripts, and the assets for the images and everything. So next, I I bring the foundations of the design, the style that I would like to use while designing this application. And this is the design.md file. Where actually can we get those foundations, design foundations files? There is a website called getdesign.md. I would like to share this in the chat. It's extremely helpful. It gives you like the a well-known brand's design.md. It's like design system foundation, not the entire design system. It's just the foundation, the style guide, like the colors, the typography, the spacing. Let's check here. Let's check this R&B, for example, the one I used. As you can see, we are able to see the components, the type scale, the hierarchy, the colors here, and all the variants of the colors for the brand, for the surface. Um, of course, this is gonna work on dark and light mode already. No need any adjustment. And also the text color, how the text color will look like, and semantics and everything. Also, you can see here all the typography scale we can we can use and all the component status we can also use. And the good thing is you can actually modify this MD file, and I will show you how. Like you can change the colors to whatever color you want. You can change the styles for the component, or you can even add more components to design itself. So this it's a good start. It's a good place to start from. You don't have to like because this build your own design.md from scratch, because this will take like a lot of time and a lot of effort, and it will cost you like a lot of tokens as well. So this is how I actually approach this challenge in terms of maintaining the consistency and building a well-structured design foundation for design I would like to do. So as you can see, we can explore any brand. We can see the components, how everything work with the other elements, and we can also see here the inputs and the scaling system, the spacing, the roundness. So we have here everything any design system foundation will start with. And of course, you can see here it's for web, but we are building a mobile app, which is not like a big problem. Yeah, please go ahead, Adnan.
Okay, like first of all, thank you very much because like I've been stuck like with these things for the last week. I'm just like trying to learn this, but I do have like two questions. The first one, can we just open the design.md file on GitHub? Like, I mean, on GitHub, not on my desktop. So this is the first question, and the second question, you just said like you do recommend to have like a design.md file from the website and to not create it from scratch. So if I'm working like in a design system that's gonna be just only for my company and only for my projects, do you recommend in this case also to have like a design.md file from like somewhere else and just to customize it or to start someone from scratch? Uh, if the tokens is not an issue.
Well, thank you for the question. Well, the first one, yes, for the first question, yes, we can open the .md file. We can adjust and modify the file using any any markup editor. We can also use the AI tool itself to give like instruction to edit this file, which is something like very easy to do, and we can even even more we can have like a visual representation of this MD file where we can visually editing this MD file, like visually we see it the changes happening and at the same time we do the change so instantly. So we can do that. This is for the first question, and I will show you in the next step. For the second question, it's it's very important to know that yeah, when you are working on your own product or the company you're working with, it's very important to follow like design system foundations you have and the design system pattern and component set. But at this at this at this uh at this stage, you need to know how to build your own design.md yourself. You can study the structure and how the design.md works in order to build a well-structured one. And this is not like a very hard thing to do. Remember, in the past, we were not building design system from scratch. We were buy design system and adapt it to our product, or adapt our product to this design system, or adapt this design system according to our brand style guide and the component and pattern library we are using. It's the same. You can do that. You can bring one of these brands, but it's not containing everything. It's just having like the foundation, the tokens, but not like the full components, which something maybe you will find it challenging if you are using a component that it's not in this design.md. What you're gonna do? You need to build it yourself. So yeah, the context I'm using this website here, it just to give you like a quick start where you can use something already built and well structured, and just do a couple of edits and adjustment, and it will be like very helpful to design your concept. I hope that answer your questions, and let me know if I did not clarify or not clear enough.
No, it's very clear. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So yeah, we can just search the design.md files that will fit our needs. So I was happy with design system by Airbnb. So I download it, and it says here download for cloud design. It actually download a design.md. So it can work with any AI tool. So as long as it's MD format. So I downloaded this one, and I um I wanted to check first, is that okay if I provide the design.md? Will you be able to understand it? And said yes. So I shared design dot md here, and we were actually able to see the design md. So how it's structure, what it contain here. So yeah, we have here the design md here. Here is the metadata for the design for the file and foundation. Here is the colors. You can absolutely change these properties here for the your brand color and save, and it will update the design immediately. Here's the typography for the display X large and the font itself. By the way, I changed this font because this like Airbnb font, we cannot use that. I replaced this font with a Poppins from Google Fonts, which is something easy to do as well, and I will show you. So here is everything you can do with this you are gonna use as long as you have this design in the instructions for this project. So here is everything here, and how the buttons, like the medium button, large button, the font size for the button, the font weight for the button or the label, the letter spacing. Um, Also here the button small. So here are the properties, the links, how the links style look like. Of course, if you are not like a developer, you may be seeing this text and this markup text here will cause some panic, but do not worry at all. You don't need actually to look at this. That's why we are using a design.md, because this is not like a style that is cannot work unless with this brand. No, it's something global, like font size 16. This is like 1 rem. 1 rem, it's something like global, or something like common when it comes to sizing for the fonts. So it's not like something hard or something special. It just a well-structured design foundation to start to build our own designs. And it's really organized and structured in a way can help us do the design fast with no design tool. It's just an AI. So here is everything here. Here also the table. I don't want to cause any panic showing this because later I will show you how we can visually edit this. So let's jump to that actually. Okay, just yeah. No, not this one. Let's open a and instead of index.html, maybe we will use design. Yes. So in this design, this is where I did all the iteration on the design uh, till I get this result here. So I want to edit on the design.md, all the design foundation file that we are gonna use, like changing the colors and everything. So I asked the tool to like provide like a visual representation of this file. So I can easily change the color and see how it's gonna look. You see the changes happen immediately here, instantly. And also I can see how it's gonna look on the dark as well. So I can also change how it's gonna look on the light mode and on the dark mode as well. Of course, I will not like use the color picker like that. I will copy the hex code and paste it here as well, something like this. So it's remain consistent. So this is how you can visually update this design here. All the colors, all the typography, all the roundness for small, medium roundness, or large roundness. So you can control all these properties here. And once you are satisfied with the results, you can save uh, or connect the design.md. It will connect to the old one. Sorry, it will update the original one, or you can save a new design.md. So it's doable and it's easy to change. So this is how actually you can do this updates visually without touching any code editor to or markup editor to edit this design .md file and get the results you want. So let's go back to the actual thing. I want to reset it. Yes. Yeah, reset this one. And let's go to yeah, the file here. Yeah, so I also needed to use like one more graphic element, which is the icons. So the icons I got at the beginning was like very bad icon, doesn't look like an icon at all. So luckily there is an open source library that we can use called placeholder icon. And you do not need to install anything. You just copy the URL of this. I will share it in the chat for you as well. Here it is. And the good thing is actually copy the SVG code for the icon you're gonna choose. So it had like a large set of icons in so many styles here. There is a fill, there is a bold, there is I don't know, tone, and there is thin, light, regular. So it's really nice library here that you can actually use. So I just copy the website URL and I provide it to Codex, and he said, yes, we can actually use it. And all I need to do is search the icon I would like to use here, just know its name, and I ask Codex to use this exact icon based on what I choose, and it will find it in design. And I also can tell what style do I want the icon to be. Do I want to fill, bold, regular, or whatever I want? So that's where I relied on this icons. Give me a second. So here are the icon we are using here. And of course, this all happened quickly, so I don't pay much attention to the icon itself. Is this like a good icon? Should I find another icon, something like that? It's up to you. It will take some time to find what fits with you. Um, and there is also another way you can do that. If you would like to use your own icons, it's okay. But at this point, maybe you need to use a design tool. have it in SVG format or copy the SVG um, code and provide it, and it will place it where you want in the design. So this is how I also integrated the icons with touching no design tool at all. What I did next, yeah, I was wondering what are in the markup languages I can control. So at the markup file of the design.md, so I can know what I can control, what I cannot control, what components I can use, what components I don't have here. So this was like an informative list of what components are in this design.md. So next, I start to replace the font. I replaced with the Poppins. So I provide just a second, the link of the yeah, the link of the Poppins font on Google. Just give me a second, find it here. Yeah, so here is Google Font. It's an open source font or typeface library. You can pick whatever fonts you would like to use in your design, and it's free. Just make sure it's a UI friendly font. You can see here, I put this in the chat. You can see here, Calm. Think this is with no serif. It's sans serif. So this is user interface friendly fonts. There are also, you can also search for Google fonts for UI design. You will find like a lot of other fonts you can choose from. Yes, you can see here. Also, there is a list from UXPen where you can explore the typefaces you can use. Do not use more than one font with the right, sorry, one typeface with the set of fonts like thin, regular, medium, semi-bold, and bold or black. So that's a good combination. This is a good font to use in UI design. And next, what I did next, let's see. So I had the design MD. I had the icon set, and I have the typeface or the fonts I want to use in the design. So I'm now ready to design the user interface itself. And I have a direction, a visual direction in mind where when I did this in inspiration, so I know how exactly the card should look like. So I start to adjust the design here. You know, it was something like this at the beginning, and I was not happy with that at all. This is the generated by the AI, and this is not how I wanted. So I start uh, to draw uh, this card here. So how I did do that? So let's see. First, you can actually select the specific component or area in the screen and tell what exactly would you like to do. So I did that. I select this box here and I type um, let's edit this card as follow. Okay, so uh, I use like the row and columns layout when I try to design something that is not with no design tool. You know, the row is something like horizontally like this. Okay, and the column is something vertically. So in the first row, I said first row have the card title on the left and the chart on the right. And I left the comment just like that. And in the second row, I want to see like the button with view, break down I don't know what it is. Let's see. Forget just a second what we have here. Yeah, the step breakdown. So, and I also edited the like what I want the chart to show, because in this version, as you can see, it contained like a different text. So I replaced the percentage and put it here. So I did all of this edits easy by just doing these annotations here or leaving a comment on the design. And the layout structure, or how I describe the layout, I use the column and sorry, the row and columns framework to design that. And the end result was like very decent and like what I had in mind. So this is how I managed to structure this component in this layout. Same goes for these cards here. I don't know, it was with no icons here, and it didn't look like very nice. So I got inspired from this concept here. There is an icon and next to the text here. So why don't we have a representable icon for this label here next to it, and have like um, the calories here, or the minutes, or um, the measurements here down below. So I following the same process here for this card. I want you to place like an icon to represent this label, and I provide the icon style I want. I provide the name, the style, and I just enter or press like send, and it provide me with what I want. And as you can see here, this was like a web experience where you click here on the calories, you see what are the information for the calories. And if you click, it's not working now because this is an old iteration. It didn't work, which is not like a mobile experience. So in the last iteration, you click on it, it appears in the bottom sheet here. Also, there was an iteration where it show in a pop-up or a model here, but I didn't want it to be like that. So I'm happy with this result for this section, and that was the end output. And for this section here, let's see what do we have here. So we have today's session. It's a card with start workout and skip today. It's not like following like the right pattern in terms of order for the call to action or the buttons. Also, it's not like very well structured in terms of UI, so I need to have it like in a different style, a different layout, a different design actually. So I had that in mind. I went and get inspired. I saw cards here. There is an image, and there is also like the time it would take, and there's some badges and the title here. So I got inspired from that. I have to look like exactly the source of the inspiration, but you get the idea. We have some badges. We can use icons for these badges, and we can also use like a visual graphic element like the photo or the images here. So What I did is I asked if we can actually use this what it called Unsplash, I think. Yeah, Unsplash. So I provide the Unsplash URL, which is a free it provide like free images that you can use. So and like the way I did it in this file, in this card here, I repeated the same process. Um, so I I get this result in version 5. I was not very happy about it. I did another iteration here on it, and yeah, I found this like very nice. I thought maybe we could have like more than session in the day. So I removed like, if you remember, in the very first iteration, you have only one session and you have the today's session inside the card. So I pull this out of the card and make it like a section heading. And I did this bill here, or this badge here, and this is the exercise with the icons next to it, and I placed the button in the right pattern. And to be honest, in the mobile, the entire card should be clickable, but for this one, I wanted to explore, like, to have two options if in case I would like to skip. I don't want to start this exercise, or I would like to save it for later maybe, since this is for only today. So these classes or these exercises will be different in the next day, will be shifted. So maybe I would be interested in this class, but not for today. So this was like in the design or the project brief. So that's why I have the actions here. And I did not actually work on the exercise when you start the exercise so much, so it looked like a mess. But yeah, with a couple of iteration, like I haven't touched this screen at all. It's as it is, and as you can see, it's like not right at all, especially with the title, with the layout, with the structure, with the components and everything. But it's gonna be easy to edit with no problem, or with no need, to use any design tool at all. Same way with the annotation, with the description, with the visual direction in mind. This is the very important thing. You cannot rely on the AI to draft the visual direction for you. Um, it won't uh, be right at all, and get the results that you are looking for. So you need to have this ready already in your mind before you start to implement. So if I would like describe this process, I would say it's just an inspiration and implementation. You get inspired, you know how the things should look like, and you have the design style and the foundation to implement this design. And with a couple of iterations, small edits, it won't take you like more than an hour at all to have like final version. Of course, when I like send the prompt or ask for some change, it may take some times, but that's something you need to be mindful when you prompt, that we are only using the HTML, CSS, and GS front end stack. So we are not building an app. So if you are not clear about that, it will take like long and much time for a small edit. Maybe if I want to change this icon, it will take like, I don't know, 5 minutes just to change this icon because we are using the wrong stack. So this is very important. We are not building the functionality of the app. We are not building the app itself. We are just building the user interface, which won't take much time as if we are building the entire app. Also, in the very first iterations, I was not like specific, like which iteration I would like to edit. So when I mentioned like change this background color, um, but I did not mention in the current iteration, like in version 6 iteration. So it go and iterate across all the versions. That's why it was taking like much time. So this is something maybe you need to think of or consider to be specific and also to have these versions to navigate through and you can see the progress you have done before. And yeah, so this is the entire concept designed with codecs, with no code, sorry, with no design tool, in light and in dark, which is very awesome. And before we go to the next thing or the next phase of publishing this design, I just want to check if there are any questions or you guys have anything you'd like to ask about. How long did it take you going from version 1 to version 6? It takes me um almost 2 hours. Yeah, but I was not like sitting the entire 2 hours on the desktop. So yeah, I was coming and go. So it's not actually like 2 hours. It's way less than that. Do you use this directly for the hands-on? That's very interesting question. Uh, at the work, I do actually, we have this product, internal product. It's for it's like back office portal. We don't spend much time designing and crafting the design for the back office portal. Instead of that, we are experimenting the cloud code. So yes, we do the design and layout. And by the way, we have our own design.md for this portal. And it's really great. But it's not like a perfect for hands-on, sorry, hands-off to the developers. It just we use it as like a guidelines of how the system behave, how the you sorry the layout and the interaction look like, but not like code hand off. Like they can inspect and use the exact code in the design because it's a mess. This is a front end design. It's not like very well structured in terms of um like code perspective, you know. And also our developers are using frameworks, so it's not like they cannot like copy and paste. Um, so they had to do the code themselves, but instead of like hand off the design file in Figma, we provide them with a link. They can interact with the interface and see how everything should work and how is the layout, and they can implement that. Any particular format or thinking framework create detailed prompts you had? That's very nice one. Yes, you can actually yeah, if you know like all the the challenge is you don't know what you don't know. This is a challenging something because you don't know what exactly should be in this design MD file, so you can include it. Since you don't know what exactly should design.md should include, you don't know what you should include. So this is challenging. But if you are aware of the design system, like you know everything about the design system, you know everything from the foundation to the template and the UI pattern and the component kit you are using and the behavior you are following. So I think you will be able to like you now have like a comprehensive idea about what should be included in this and this design instruction file or design.md. So if you already know that, you can actually structure your own design MD and always force the tool to use this as like the one source of truth when designing or implementing anything you are doing. If you did not do that and you did not instruct the tool to use this file as the reference or the source of the truth, it will provide you with something like random and you won't be happy. And one thing you can do is always like instead of like asking here in the codex chat, you can ask the chat GPT, for example, or you can, sorry, or you can ask Cloud Code to provide you with, you tell what you want and ask them to give you like well-structured prompt to write. That's gonna help. Yeah, I think this answered your question. Let me know if you still have a question. We have one, yeah, we have one thing left. We now, I have done with this, like this is the design.html as you can see here, but I would like to share this with you, okay? So you can check it and give me feedback. Maybe you are the developer and will be building this user interface, or maybe you are the client and I would like you to take a look. Remember, we used to do the prototype in Figma and share the prototype link with the client. We want to do the same thing here. And it's not just for sharing a prototype link or something like that. You can actually publish any website, like or any app or any design you do free, as long as it's not required like host, like you're not having like heavy files and documents and images and a lot of things that required like database or something like that. But for something light like with lightweight like this, yes, you can do that with two small steps. The first one is to have a GitHub account. It's free, and to create a repository. So this could be a hassle for those who are not developers, but it's there is a very easy way you can do that. You only need to download a GitHub application, desktop application called GitHub Desktop here for iOS, sorry, for Mac or Windows. So we have here the application. I signed in already with my account, and this is what I see. There is nothing. I need to publish this file. Sorry, this project. Let's go back to this project. 1 second before I go and describe how it's gonna work with GitHub. I don't want to share this version. Okay, this was like for the design and iteration. I don't want to provide the client with or provide you guys with all these bad versions here that I'm not satisfied with. So I asked the colleagues to provide me a representable uh slide for the final or the most recent version with the context. So with the app context and description, like annotation on the left here describing what is this all screen all about and what are the options or the controls that the user can interact with. So I asked the ChatGPT to provide me with this ask codex to provide me with this index, and it has to be index, okay? Um, in terms of naming, because when we will publish to GitHub, it read the index as the page that will be loaded on the server. So I asked to provide me with this representable or this presentation or this slide in a presentation or in a presentable way. So here's the app name. Here's like a description, the light and dark mode, app context, what the user can do from this home page, what is the value proportion for this one, and I can actually complete the rest of the pages. But here is what I would like to share. So if we go back on this file, UI concept design on my machine, let's see here, UI design concepts, design here. This is the folder we would like to upload to GitHub. So we will have here this index. If I open this index with you here, we will see the final iteration with the as a slide, no control to go through anything else. If we want to this design.html here, we will have this version where we use to iterate and edit till we get what we want. But this is not what we want to share. Also, you can see here the design control. If we would like to override this design properties and change the style, the colors, typography, or anything. But what is in it index dot what named index dot HTML, this is the screen that will be loaded. Like this is the very first thing that the user will see. So I have this file here. I have all the assets here as well, like the styles, the images we are using. We are not actually using the image. We are using the link from, if you remember, from Unsplash. So we don't need to have this asset. We just have the link of the image, so it will remain there. I go to GitHub here, and I would like to, okay, let's see this question, sorry. I may have missed this because I'm new to GitHub, but what is the purpose of GitHub in the example? Okay. No, yeah, it's like, yeah, it will host the files for you, and later we will have like a domain or maybe another tool called Vercel to publish this design from GitHub. So we need first to have like the files, the code are hosted somewhere. So we are using GitHub for that to host the code, the files that contain the code. And in order to display this code on the web, we need another tool that can help with that, which is Vercel. So first we need to have this. Okay, yeah, exactly. So first we need to upload the code on GitHub. So we will Yeah, let's go from the beginning. I will go to the current repository here. I don't want that. I want to add a new one. Where it's gonna add? It's gonna add on my account. So I need to have an account first. So I just want to show you. First, I need to have an account on GitHub. Please, this is the very first thing. And once I have an account on GitHub here, I can download the GitHub desktop app and just log in with the account here. And I logged in and I can add from here. I want to create a new repository here. Okay. Where is this file on my machine? So I need to find it. Where it is. Yeah, the UI concept. I simply copy this path here and paste it here. So I have here the UI design concept. Okay, select this folder and name this repository here. Okay, and this step is very important because I'm doing a mistake now, which is I'm actually creating the new repository inside the folder, but I don't want that. This is not what I want. If you can see here, this warning here, but it's not clear. Hey, this repository will create created at this path here, and you see the UI concept design inside a UI concept design. I don't want that, so I will remove this one from here. So now I have only UI design concept, which means it will take this files from this folder, will not create an empty folder here called UI design. So this is a tricky one. Make sure you have only one file name here with the files that contain all your files. It's not like an empty one. So I will go ahead and press create repository. This is like the very easiest thing. Now I have the file ready here. Current repository is UI concept design. All I need to do is just to add like a comment, maybe version 1, anything like that. I don't need actually because this is the very first one. So I can publish the repository and it asked me, would you like to keep this code private? No, because I would like to use it somewhere else. So I will publish the repository and wait. Now it's published. Okay, if I go and checked here my repositories here. Yeah, no. Yeah, here it is. I have like UI concept design repository. This one just updated now. Okay. So the next thing, I want to publish that on the web with no host, no domain. I want to share it free. So I use a tool called Vercel. I also need to have an account. It's a free tool. So you create a free account. And once you create your account, you will see in the project and the projects tab here, add new project. All you need to do is just first, sorry, you need to link your Vercel with the GitHub, which is easy. You can do that easily. Just you will find some instruction on the YouTube, like you need to go somewhere here in the settings and connect the Vercel with GitHub. Once you have this connected, now you can add new projects like this, and you will find the most recent repository from GitHub here already ready for you to import. All you need to do is just click import and already create a name and URL for your repository and for your deployment. And the next thing, you just press deploy and wait till it's complete. Okay, it's building now and doing the deployment. Now we have our code and our design ready. Yeah, and I can share the link with anyone can take a look. Here's the link, UI concept design dot Vercel. It's working. I can share the link with you here in the chat. You can try it. So this is how we can actually design and ship. Of course, this is like a small example, but you can do it on something like more creative. Maybe you'd like to design a landing page, you know what? If you decided to connect Codex or Cloud Code with your design tool like Figma and do pixel perfect design, if you are comfortable with that and would like to publish online, that's also gonna work. But the challenge for this workshop is to actually design concept with no design tool, without using any design tool. So this is the whole idea, and this is the whole challenge. Were we able to do that? Yes, we did, and we published and shipped, and now we have it live. So that's it. Guys, I hope um, that was helpful. Any question, please go ahead and ask. I think we have a few minutes. Yeah, you can connect with me on LinkedIn, and if you still have question or any question comes up while you are trying to apply this and get stuck at some point, feel free to reach out, connect with me. I will be also supporting and mentoring during the hackathon. So you will find me on Discord as well. So yeah, that's it. I think there's some questions. Do we need to pay for? No, we do not need to pay at all. None of anything I use today, I need to pay to. But the codex, yes, it's required a subscription. So this is the only paid tool. Yeah, like any other AI tool, like Claude or anything else. Okay, we have only less than 10 minutes. Able to apply complex motion animation, some UI, yes, but you can actually like remember the add-ons, like when we add the uh like we add the icons, we add the fonts. Remember that there is a libraries, animation libraries that you can find on the web, and you can add it to the code. And it could, yes, provide you with some cool animation and complex interaction. Yeah. Have you used Cloud Code Design? Sorry if I missed. What was your experience compared to Figma? Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to use Cloud Code Design. I think you mean Cloud Design, but for Cloud Code, yes, I'm using Cloud Code, but Cloud Design, I didn't try it yet. Compared to Figma, Figma is for like pixel perfect things, you know. But if you want to draft something quickly, just to test an idea, I think, uh, yeah, you can use the AI. Any particular library? I think there is one called uh, I don't remember the name at the moment, but yeah, I think I have it here somewhere. Maybe I will please reach out. I will share with you. So I just don't want to take much time. So I don't think we have much time. Sorry if I was late here. So yeah, that's it, everyone. I would like to connect with you all. I wish you have a great hackathon. Enjoy it. If you have a question related to your project, I'm also mentoring, so reach out. So that's it. Thank you. Have a good day.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Saeed. That was an amazing and very insightful workshop. Like watching you go through everything was very personally like educating. So thank you so much for that. We really appreciate it. I'll now hand over to Ishan for a few like final wrap-up reminders before we end this talk.
Awesome. So before we end up our session, we just have a couple final reminders. Uh, yeah, so the first one is that this session has been recorded and it'll be shared to you via email. And in addition to that, we really appreciate if you could share any feedback with us through that same email. Anything, questions, complaints, comments, anything is really appreciated. And then finally, if you enjoyed our session, we really encourage you to share your experience through LinkedIn or Instagram. And feel free to tag us at Dubstech, tag Design Buddies, and also tag the speaker. It really helps us, and it would be amazing if you could do that. And we just really hope you guys had a great experience here and learned a lot on behalf of Dubstack and whatnot. We thank you so much for coming here. Inside, thank you again just for your time and everything, for the amazing insights. It was a great experience, and we hope to see you all in the upcoming talks as well. Thank you.
Thanks. And that being said, there is a talk happening in just 5 minutes with Yumi. And in that, we will also be discussing some very interesting things. So stay back if you would like to stay for that talk. If not, good luck, and we'll see you tomorrow. Hi, Yumi. I just made you co-host, so you should be able to share your presentation once we get started.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah. We'll probably wait for about like 7-ish minutes, so like until 3:03 to get started. And then I'll
Okay,
just hand it over to you.
cool. That works. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so much for joining. We're really excited.
Thank you.